Welcome to the ABCs of Home Improvement on WRCR. This is your weekly radio encyclopedia for all your home improvement projects. Featuring Laborio Durario, your friendly neighborhood architect, Mike Ash, Bill Barshow, and the cool tool girl, Elizabeth Bushy. They're ready to take your calls and answer questions about your home improvement projects. Call now, 845-362-0013.
Everyone, welcome again to a beautiful day here at the ABCs of Home Improvement. It's about 55 degrees, skies are blue, and we're really excited about talking to the world about questions you might have about remodeling your home.
Good morning, everyone. Laborio Durario, your friendly neighborhood architect here on a bluebird sky out there. Look at that, Mike, huh? The rain washed away all of that nonsense, and once again, the ABCs of Home Improvement brings you sunshine, blue skies, and beautiful, beautiful leaves.
Look at the colors on the leaves.
Right,
yeah.
Unbelievable. So I'd like to dedicate this show to my mom and dad. Their birthdays were the 7th and the 9th of October.
Nice.
Their anniversary is Columbus Day on the 12th, and I'd like to say, put a shout out there for, my mom who made me the architect I am today.
Look at that.
And my dad who made me the man I am today, Mike. And
I know. I've seen this man of you for a long time.
Unbelievable. So a little history just quickly on my dad. He was a New York City police officer for many years, retired out of the 23rd Precinct. And he also played ball for the Pittsburgh Pirates farm team, and he was playing with a bunch of guys, including Gene Michael. He actually was in the trailers with Gene Michael and his wife. They had trailers together in North Dakota, and then he got drafted, went into the Army, played basketball for the Army team for a couple of years, and when he came back out, maybe he was missing just a half a step over some of the younger guys, so my mom got pregnant with me in 1959, and
there you go.
And he went to civil service. So, and then my mom actually was a homemaker for quite some time until the three boys got to a certain age. And then she went back to work for Bennett Brothers over in Mahwah, and ultimately wound up at AT&T, and then to become Lucent, running logistics for their shipping department, shipping and receiving. So, thanks, Mom and Dad, for making me who I am today. And here I am on the ABCs of Home.
Anniversary.
And I think with the 10,000 million watts we're pumping out here, I think they can hear us up in heaven. So that's outstanding. So,
nice.
Good morning, everyone out there. Today we have a bunch of items here. I want to mention the Torn Valley Vineyards, of course. Unbelievable place up there. We're nestled into the Torn Valley and the Torn Brook there. Old world European charm, nestled right against the historic Torn Brook, the magical Torn Valley. This is a place where we have the only working vineyard in Rockland County. Again, after 11:30, the first caller that calls in, we're giving away a wine tasting for two. If you say, I love the ABCs of Home Improvement, watch your clocks, put down your cup of coffee, give us a call here, 362-0013. Torn Valley Vineyards, where great wine, great food, and live music meet great people. Make sure you guys get out there. Beautiful day today, beautiful day tomorrow. They're open from 11 to 5. They have their wine tastings up there. They have live music.
What a great weekend for that also.
And they have their cafe that's serving some outstanding food. So, John and Steve, hope you guys are doing well up there. Okay, today is October. This month is October, Mike. So what do we do in October? We have Clean Up Your Yard month and Clean Up month around the house for getting ready. So last week we were asking you folks to clean out your gutters and leaders and get everything ready. And you see that big rainstorm that came through. If you did it, you're in business. If you didn't, boy, you had some stuff overflow in the top there with that rain. Also, we're saying that today we want to clear out the gardens, turn them over, and get some new fresh compost on there. Get it ready for spring planting.
Good ideas.
This week, that's what we're giving you folks out there a task to do. If you're interested in doing that, that's fine. Also, we're looking for folks to send us pictures of the week, Mike.
I know.
Pictures of your project. So we haven't had anybody post anything yet. We had a couple of emails. We asked them to take those photos and put them onto our site, but perhaps those folks don't know exactly how to do that, so we didn't have anything on there as of the show today. So
basically, I just come on to the ABCsofHomeImprovement.com.
Correct. ABCsofHomeImprovement.com, or go to we want you to post it on our Facebook page, Mike.
Wow.
So the ABCs of Home Improvement Facebook page, put it up there as a post. Tell us a little 1 or 2 sentence brief on what that project was, and we'll grade those, and we'll give you guys a free prize. And we are actually in luck today, Mike, because we have the official ABCs of Home Improvements, Mike, 18-piece screwdriver set in the authentic red, white, and black colors of the ABCs of Home Improvement.
Very nice. All boxed up and ready to go.
All boxed up for you folks who call in. We're going to take any caller today that says, I love the ABCs of Home Improvement, and we're going to give away the first number one set in the series. Let's see who we have on the line here in a moment. Could be Elizabeth, though, calling in. We received over 790 likes on our site last week, and we had 12 emails the last program because we had some questions about kitchen cabinets, Mike. So our listeners responded very well to that, and so we're going to tailor our show with Mike Ash and kitchen cabinets. We're going to put Elizabeth on. Good morning, Elizabeth. How are you?
Hi, I'm sorry I'm late.
It's okay. Listen, I know the bus doesn't stop here from out there in California, so it's very nice that you got here on time by jet. I know you came in by jet.
It's only 8 o'clock by you also.
So we were just talking about some of the emails we got, and actually Billy's not in the studio yet. He is on his way. But he actually went out on 2 leads from last week, and he actually signed a deal on one of them, and he'll tell us a little bit about that. And we also had a couple of projects come in from our emails during the week here, questions about kitchen cabinets. So we're going to have Mike doing a little discussion on kitchen cabinetry today. So we're going to see what's what with that. And Mike, you have a guest here in the studio.
Who's
do. Here?
I brought one of my special people. His name is Ari. He's my middle, I guess, give or take, grandson. Ari, say hello to the people.
Hi.
Oh, it's nice to have him in the studio. He's a junior achiever here at the ABCs of Home Improvement. He's following his grandfather around, enjoying the ABCs of Home Improvement style. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And what's your favorite type of project? What do you think, Ari?
I like to draw.
Oh, very good. Maybe a junior engineer or architect here.
Follow your footsteps.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's excellent. I thought you would say you like the kitchen remodeling projects the best.
Well, he has a new remodeling in his house, too, going on. I mean, his kitchen got done as soon as they moved in the house.
Oh, that's outstanding. That's outstanding. Well, we'd like to thank everybody who's listening out there, our listening audience, and we're expanded here on 1700. We'd like to thank everybody for trusting in our services as well as referring us to your family and friends. We look forward to keeping you folks informed and expanding our audience out there on 1700 Radio Ramapo.
And you got to bring in some questions today, something that we can help you with. That'd be great. Something in kitchens or any other project you might be thinking of. So give a holler at 362-0013.
Nice, Mike. And today from the Magic Hat, Elizabeth, we
got?
have again the digital frame. Nobody picked that up last week. Okay, it holds 10,000 million pictures. It rotates them around. You put it on your desk. It has a white or black interchangeable frame. For the questions of the week, Elizabeth, we have a couple of them here, of course, that deal with kitchen cabinets. Since we have Mike.
Go ahead, knock out a question.
So we want to know where the first documented kitchen in America was found.
My backyard.
And where it was built and what year. So we're going to get those out there. If you have those answers, get your Google on. Put down your cup of coffee, 362-0013. We also have a digital camera here. And again, we're giving away iPhone 4 cases, leather, alligator. And we had a couple of people email us and said, why are you giving away such the small cases? We need some bigger ones. So we also have black iPhone 6 Plus cases. So give us a call here at the ABCs of Home Improvement, and you guys can win some of that stuff there. So those are our questions of the week. Let's talk with Mike. Mike, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about your business, since we have a new listening audience here, an expanded audience, and let us know what's going on.
Hey, that sounds great. My name is Mike Ash. I've been in the kitchen cabinet business for over 30 years. I've been from a stocking distributor to continuing my lifestyle of designing and supplying cabinetry, mostly in the kitchen, which is what I've been doing for, like I said, over 30 years. Feeling very comfortable. And knowing the industry as I do, it can also help those who are planning on doing work. We, in turn, can have some fun, go over what needs to get done, and be able to work
another handy tool
with you directly. I've done a number. I do a semi-custom line, and I do a full custom line. So in turn, if the layout always seems to be the proper way of going about it, then the budget seems to be the next possibility of which way we should be, whether it's semi or full custom. Today's choices, there's an awful lot of options in either one of those. So either way, it doesn't make a difference, as long as we be able to get what you want on your wish list completed, and that always seems to be the best answer.
And look, we have our videographer and producer Joel here, who's in now behind the camera, and we have William Barshow back in the studio.
Hey, I can't believe it, Mike. You're on the hot seat today.
I know, lucky me.
Elizabeth,
and
we got a full crew, and we have generational crews here. Of course, we have Mike's grandson Ari here, so that's outstanding. We have a full house here. Carrie's at the board, having a great time watching all these folks stroll in and out of the studio here. So
it works well.
It works well for you folks out there. We just want to let Billy get on on the air just real quick here and tell us a little bit about his visit from last week. We had a couple of callers with some work that needed to be done around their house. They couldn't actually, or they didn't know how or who to call. So we went out and we gave them some advice, and I think from that advice, something might have actually turned around. Yeah. What happened, Bill? Why don't you tell us a little bit about what happened?
Well, I went out and met our callers, and we're putting together estimates and proposals, and we're going to go forward with one of the projects.
Nice.
So one's a kitchen renovation.
Nice.
And the other is some custom things around the home, let's say, that need to be addressed. So hopefully we'll get that one too.
Right, and
Nice.
you landed that other one over in Chestnut Ridge that you just completed, job number 2. So that one job leaded to a second job, leading to a third job. We're not going to mention the person's name, but we are very happy. I believe they're very happy with the work. Is that correct, Bill?
Well, go ahead and ask me, Lee, how much is my marketing budget?
Oh man, it's unbelievable. I don't even know what you spend on marketing anymore, Bill. I think it's word of mouth.
0. That's right. We just roll from one job to another because
Recommendations.
Recommendations,
That's it.
referrals. People.
Those are still the best.
It's great when you do a job for a person and they share you with their family members and friends. So that just makes you feel good and proud of your work, and that's how we roll.
Unbelievable, yes.
Well, it's also me because I can't stop talking about you guys. You guys are so great.
You know, Elizabeth, we're getting a lot of calls from the West Coast there, and we're going to make it a Napa and a Sonoma Valley trip, I guess. We're doing some home improvements out there. We're going to have to spend a few weeks, rolling around the countryside there. Hopefully,
I would not.
We have a place to stay there at your place, right, when we come out there.
Well, when you come, get ready to get your blueprints out because I'm going to ask you to build an addition. It's very small.
Nice.
I don't know if you know this about California architecture, friendly architects, but it's very, very tiny. But you're always welcome.
Yes, well,
in my tiny little house.
They're small little craftsmen and bungalow styles they used to have out there. Green and Green, those were the 2 architectural brothers that came out from the Midwest out to California, and they put together all kinds of great arts and crafts and nouveau craftsman style houses. So not that that's all that's out there, but that was a big part of it in the early 1800s and early 19th century. So what else do we have, Mike? What else do we have for the kitchens?
Let me tell you what's selling these days. That seems to be the right answer. I'm involved from Jersey to Connecticut, and I would say the last 6 months of work going out has been primarily a white maple door in a pattern called shaker. It's a recessed panel in different edging and different details, but that seems to be the way to go right now. From the high end to the middle end, everything seems to be going color white. Countertops are running around in granite and man-made materials, and that's the majority of what goes on primarily. The last 7 jobs alone have been all white. Some of them have created other option in cherries and islands just for a contrast, and that seems to work really well too. If you'd like, you can look at my website, mikeash.com, and you'll be able to see 4 different galleries of kitchens that are going on right now.
And more. Mike, we're going to...
we want to elaborate on the more.
The and more, yes, we're going to talk about that a little later because the people need to know about how much more. Yes. Yeah. But how about some high-end stuff? What's going on high-end? I go into these McMansions and mansions that you walk into the kitchen and you really can't see the appliances. The refrigerator is all part of the cabinetry and the ovens now and the dishwashers. You don't see them. It's all beautiful
even if there's
woodwork.
separate refrigerators and separate freezers or combinations, we're now putting doors to match the cabinetry right into the appliances.
Nice.
So that way everything kind of blends, looks like where's the refrigerator? Where's my disposal? Where's my garbage? You really have to have an idea where you're looking.
That's
almost
what I want
with
to
a
know,
map.
Mike.
That's it.
That was the reason for the question.
What
Where is all this stuff?
What about the secret room that they have back there where you keep all of the really good stuff that you cook with? The secret panel that moves over and slides over.
That's like a Batman
that
setup.
Was a
almost
great
for you,
one.
You know what I mean?
A couple of those we designed.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, but that's really what's happening now. This color white is becoming a major factor. We just finished up a white kitchen where the island was like a bayberry blue. She wanted something special. She knew exactly what she wanted. I came to the house, and sure enough, the iPad comes out. Within 20 minutes, she says, I want this, I want this, I want this. So we accomplished the wish list. The builder loves me at this point because he's ready to do another project, and things are just moving ahead at that kind of a pace.
We all love you, Mike.
I know.
Like, it's unbelievable. And
I love you, Mike.
Look at, and his grandson just put his arm around him, gave him a big hug and a big smile. So you guys can't see that out
He's
there.
that kind of guy.
Yeah, and but you'll see it on our video. So when it comes back up and you watch our studio takes here on our
Joe's
website.
got 2 cameras on me now, so I'm not blushing. I'm okay.
And you can find Mike also on the ABC's of Home Improvement website. He's out there with the MS. You just click on the button down at the bottom, and you'll be able to connect to his site.
I've been doing kitchens now for over 30 years. So from the apartment house work to the condominium projects, now to the residential market, I seem to be continuing in this type of level where my designs have always done well, and then the people I work with I've been with the same people for 30 years. So I really have a great relationship.
Since you were 2.
Sorry?
Ever since you were 2.
Ever since I was 2.
That's right, Elizabeth. That's good. Well, I knew Mike when he was 2 because I know him for about 30 years. So I guess I was not even born then yet.
No, you weren't born. I used to drag you to the building associations with me all the time. I said, we all need another architect. Come on, Lee.
Yeah, those are the days we used to take the limousines and take one builder a week out every time we'd go out and take them down to the city with us. Remember those days,
Relationships.
Building relationships, one builder at a time.
We had networking in our own little way of doing things. Yeah, a lot of fun. So we do a lot of business.
Listen, give us a call out there, 362-0013. We're going to go out on a quick break. Remember, we have a bunch of prizes here. All you have to do is call up and say, I love the ABCs of Home Improvement. Don't forget about getting out there after the show and cleaning out your gardens and putting some mulch down, getting ready for the spring.
Thank you. Again, back on the ABCs of Home Improvement, and we're talking about kitchens today. So if someone would like to call up and ask me some questions, 362-0013, more than happy to help.
That's right, and also the questions of the week pertaining to kitchens, Mike, is where was the first authenticated kitchen in the United States, in America, in the colonies, as it were, because it was colonial times, and what year, and whose house was it in, Mike? So for that, we have all kinds of great prizes. We have screwdriver sets, digital cameras, phone cases, digital frames for your photographs after you take them with
the magic hat.
The magic hat, and it just stuff keeps growing in here, and nobody's calling in for it. So I'm gonna have to give it to Mike's grandson. I think Mike's grandson's gonna walk away.
Ari's gonna have toys.
A big sack of stuff here. So here we go. What do we have today? We have the motivational quote of the week, Mike. We always like to give that out right before the bottom of the hour here. Selected from a few of our listeners, and we're talking about something here, Mike. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be a value.
There you go.
Okay, and who said that, Mike? Whose quotation was that? That's an easy one. That was Albert Einstein. Okay, that quote reflects a lot of the values here at the ABCs of Home Improvement. We're here to be of value to the listening public, to give them some education, and to let them have some knowledge so they become...
We've been doing this for long enough at this time that people can actually get a good feeling about calling up and getting the right answer, what has to get done.
Right, and also the right service. If you need a service, we have all kinds of professionals here on staff. You go to our website, you can see all kinds of great people that we refer, and we only refer the top-of-the-line guys that reflect the same values that we have here.
You can also look at our websites and get an idea of kind of work we're actually doing.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Yeah, it's important.
And, some of the emails came in and they asked, why are you always doing a motivational quote? How come you, as an architect, you don't have any quotes from architects, Mike? I started to dig out a few of them, and the famous, I'm going to start a new little segment here. Well, it could be Frank, it could be Alvar, it could be almost anybody, you know. So, but these are quotes by famous architects on architecture, Mike.
Always keep a pencil sharpener close by.
Close by, right, and
a pencil in your hand.
And that's Billy's mantra. He loves that one. So this quote comes from somebody that I'm going to see if you guys even know who this is. This is Louis Kahn. Okay, he was one of the guys, and they actually there's a building up in Orange County the Orange County building they call it brutal architecture. They actually taken that thing down, tried to save it. But his quote is, "The sun never knew how great it was until it hit the side of a building." Ooh. How's that? So there's a great quote from a great architect. Lost one of his buildings up in Orange County. Unfortunately, they couldn't come to grips with a project that could encompass and
sustain and maintain.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we have for our quotes of the week. Put them up on your refrigerator. Look at them every day until next week when we bring you some more great stuff to motivate you and keep you going. So
I've always wondered why architects never tended to get more famous, because they really are underrated, I got to say, because they are the people who design what we exist in every single minute of our lives. Either we're inside what they design, or we're outside looking at what they design, unless we're in the woods, which is not as often, really, in this day and age.
Yeah.
They're just kind of they're really underrated. In fact, the LA Times just released a really super strict code for designing against earthquakes. And I saw Mythbusters where this house that's built to code is simply made of wood, and it beat masonry houses. And it stood against like simulated earthquakes. I mean, architects really do amazing things.
We actually create the stages for people's lives, the theater of people's lives. So we are the stage creators, and we create the environments in which people create their own lives.
Someone's got to direct.
Maybe
Coming off the
because
ledge,
if you do it
Elizabeth.
right, you do it invisibly, you know.
Couldn't get to her. We had a caller. We had a caller. If they want to call back, we apologize. We couldn't get. Yeah, we couldn't get to you there. The conversation was going. So if you want to call back, it is after 11:30. So if you were the first caller looking for that wine tasting, 362-0013. Give us a call here, and
we'll follow up.
845 for all you folks in the 212 and the 914 area codes that are now listening. That's correct. I got to have that prefix on there because we're blasting out to God knows who, God knows where. Okay, Mike, so after those motivational quotes, why don't you tell us about some projects you're working on now? Oh, wait a minute. We have a caller, and it could be the same one. We've got to take that. Just put her live. Hello, caller. Welcome to the ABCs of Home Improvement. You're on the air.
Yeah, hey, where do I get the wine?
Where do you get the wine?
What do you have to respond in order to get the wine?
What?
I like this guy.
You didn't use the quotation you need to get the wine. Hello?
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
All right, read them the motivational quote again.
Motivational quote. All right, so we're going to go to the next caller, I guess. I don't know if there's... No? Is there anyone there? Hung up? Gone. Okay, so the wine tasting is still available. So
I love the ABC.
Right, you've got to give a little something to get a little something.
And you're going to get a lot more than we can give you.
Oh, gosh, and those guys up there are looking forward to see somebody who wants to know where the wine is. That's for sure. So we're looking forward to see. Give us a call here, 845-362-0013 for all of you outside of the area code. Okay, Mike, let's get back to your project.
Mike.
Most of my projects usually involve the kitchen where they're extending the envelope the size of the room. Primarily what we're doing is the exterior doors of most houses are getting relocated and moved to the side more towards the dining area, and we in turn are increasing the size of kitchens. A lot of houses in this area are called high ranches. I've done a number of projects in the last couple of months where the main bearing wall between the kitchen and the family room, living room, has now been removed. The wall between the kitchen and the dining room has now been removed, so that the entire first floor almost opens up to one big room.
So the folks out there, a high ranch is one of those houses when you come in, the split staircase. You come into an entry, 6 stairs down, 6 stairs up to the right-hand side or left-hand side, depending on the design, is the kitchen, dining room, living room area. That's all segmented. And that's the area that Mike redesigns. Welcome to the ABCs of Home Improvement. You're on the air live. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And how may we help you?
Hello, Mr. Guerrero. It's Tim Brown calling from the small state of Delaware.
Wow, outstanding. So you're calling from Delaware. Nice to hear from you, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.
How may we help you? I mean, are you coming up to the area here for the wine tasting? We can get your name on the list there for when you're in town for a wine tasting for 2.
Wow, that sounds terrific. A little bit difficult right now through the fall season as we're trying to determine where our sons are going to be going to college. You know that whole routine.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
You'll be traveling also, it sounds like.
Yeah,
sounds like we need to go to Lee's and do some Scotch tasting.
Yeah, we might have to do some Scotch tasting. That's outstanding. When you come up north here, that would be unbelievable. That would be great. Listen,
sounds like a lot of fun.
How does it sound down there? You're able to hear us all the way down in Delaware. That's nice. We must have some skip conditions going on up here.
It's loud and clear. Really, really incredible. You guys, all of you have excellent radio personalities. So,
all right.
There you go.
Now you're going to tune us in on our website, and you'll be able to hear it and see it. So, and unfortunately, I don't have a picture here. I'd love to put a picture up of you, but I can't. My hands have headphones and microphones and magic hats and all kinds of crazy things.
Busy.
So, you have a question for us over here at the ABCs?
Oh, I sure do. So, so Sue and I, my wife and I, were thinking about doing some work in the kitchen here. So, Mike, you can help us out here.
Sure.
We have white cabinets and mostly a white kitchen, if you will, white countertops and everything. And
You're
we're
up
just
to date with
wondering
what's
if
going
it's going
on.
to be here for another, say, 5 years or so. best. What are the best investments that we can make in the kitchen? Do we, do we go with the hard countertops, the marble or granite? Is that worth the investment? And also in terms of do we reface cabinetry, or do you recommend actually replacing? We're just trying to get an idea of what.
Good questions. I'll give you some ideas also.
Sure.
Just so you know the dollar value, doors are 2/3 the price of a cabinet. So the majority of the times I can supply a kitchen cabinet for the cost of refacing, if not cheaper.
What about the labor, Mike, to rip them out and put them back in versus just installing a door, though?
Taking things out is inexpensive. Putting things back requires a craftsman.
Right.
So that's the additional factor. But now you also have the option of the updated items like soft closed doors, soft closed drawers, relocating of appliances, looking at where you are right now and see whether you want to maybe make a little change, add an island, do a few different things that you had originally on the original footprint.
So you're talking about perhaps changing the layout, not just putting everything back the way it was with some new cabinets.
Yeah, some of the older kitchens had double ovens and just cooktops, and they were all off-size, and they weren't always located in the right positions for how people live. And that becomes a real problem. I remember I just did last year my sister's house upstate, and the real reason we got involved on the project was her oven wasn't working, and the location of the cooktop was in the peninsula, which became impossible to sit and eat in the same area because of the heat. And that was enough to make changes right away. And the outcome, she loves it. Now we have parties up there whenever we all go upstate. Works out real well.
What about, Mr. Brown, that's half your question. What about the countertops? He says switch to stone, go with Formica, for investment for a 5-year run. He says he's going to be around for the next 5 or 6 years.
The bottom line is you want to have, when you leave, have the area look as good as when you moved in. Formica is being a paper product. There's quite enough for that product around, but it doesn't last well. It scratches and shows wear and tear. The granite and the synthetic material that's out right now will wear and show as well in 5 years as it does today. And that's really the outcome, and that's really the conditions. Because you've got to remember, the kitchen is primarily a workshop, and it's where it goes on. Things can happen, and these type of materials will outlast most others.
You guys are close. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Mike, is that the expectation, too, of buyers when they're looking at houses these days, too, that they're going to come in and see an updated kitchen with those types of countertops as well?
Yeah, you come out of the 70s, you come right into the 2000s. Let's
really bring in the cool tool girl on this, because she had a question about that. What is the real estate market? What is the number one investment, Elizabeth, based on this question?
Well, the National Association of Realtors just published their 2015 list of the top make 10. Your money back or recover the most money back home improvements in kitchens were in the top 10. So you're definitely on the right track.
Yeah, so there you go. So there you get some valuation from the realtors nationally that an investment, now that we don't know, is it a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 on the dollar investment?
How old are your appliances?
Depending on the builder that you choose, you get about between 70 and 80% of your investment back.
80 usually on that.
And you're using it for 5 years, so it's a lifestyle item as well.
Always. You got to worry about yourself, not the buyer.
Mr. Brown, how's that? Does that answer your question in some fashion?
Yeah, that's terrific. So, and then we should probably think appliances as well. And I know, Mike, you were asking, most of the appliances that are here are probably the age of the house, so we're talking 20 years.
Well, you've gone to the limitations of how long things will last.
And also, Mr. Brown, those you need to now get some Energy Star energy-efficient equipment to green up that kitchen as well. So you're really accomplishing two things by exchanging the old for the new.
I'm going through it right now in my own place. My refrigerator is quite old, and I know I'm going to have a problem because I've got all the thermostats set up high, and my ice cream is not cold, and my ice is starting to frost.
Mike, your grandson's laughing at that. And boy, what does he have for you? Soup for ice cream coming out of there? What do you got?
Mom ain't happy
Ari,
with
what comes out of there? Is it cold and chunky, or is it like liquid?
It's kind of liquidy.
Oh, Mike, yeah, you need a new one.
That's what I said. So I had one come in yesterday. It's at number 4 compared to number 8 on the thermostat. So I know right off the bat I'll be saving some energy.
Nice.
And that's all it's part of.
Yeah, buyers in general, according to the realtors, they basically, in this current market, they want to make sure the basics work. Mm-hmm. That's really their most important. And after that, there's a list of what home sellers can do to, if they're going to spend the money before they sell, is what's the most intelligent improvements. The kitchens were up.
Mr. Brown, I'll tell you something right up front. Every time I've moved, I've always done a remodeling job on the area that I live in. I don't want to fix up the house when I move. I want to fix up the house while I'm still living there. That's the most return.
Very good point,
Mr. Brown. You tell him again, he'll knock you down.
and that's Willis for you over there. He's got you covered on that one. Mr. Barshall really enjoys having you on the air, Mr. Brown. He's having a good time.
Well, we miss you guys, and hope to see you up that way soon.
Yeah, well, listen, we're going to come down and do your kitchen for you springtime. We're going to go to the Crab Fest down there in Maryland, and Mikey and me and Billy, we all love the crabs, so we'll have to do a nice little reno for you, and then go out and have some crabs and bang some of those hammers down on the crabs there on the tables.
We have just a spot for you guys down here.
Appreciate the call.
Thanks for the call, Mr. Brown. Say hello to everyone down there, and thanks for tuning us in.
All right, thank you.
You bet.
See you guys.
That was a great call, huh? That was a good one, Mike.
That was a great call.
We're going to go out on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to do our green tip and our cool tool of the week and so on and so forth. We'll be back in a moment.
Welcome back to the ABCs of Home Improvement. We've got Mike Ash here. We're talking about kitchen cabinets today. For those who want to reach me directly, please call me on my direct line, 914-525-8100.
Great, Mike. And listen, we are still looking for posts of the projects or the pictures of the week. So get out there, give us a shot, give us some pictures of what you've done. It could be an old project, a new project. We're taking all kinds of pictures on our site, ABC's of Home Improvement on Facebook. Get on there, give us some pictures, and win some free mystery prizes or win a wine tasting for two.
A digital camera.
No, those digital cameras, those go out just if you say, I love the ABC's of Home Improvement. Give us a call here, 845-362-0013. This is our Columbus Day elongated weekend, Mike, that we have. So a lot of folks are out traveling to festivals and all kinds of crazy things.
Traffic is nuts.
Kerry, what do we have here at the stadium again? You want to throw that out real quick? Gotcha.
Thanks for waking me up. Smoke and Fire Festival here at Provident Bank Park.
There you go. So
there's a wing eating contest, fire juggling, chili contest, craft beer and wine.
Unbelievable. I want to see how they juggle that chili with the fire. That's going to be an interesting one. I might be out there
Billy
for that.
doing that, right?
And that's it. Yeah, Billy's doing that, and he's got his hat on, so he's going to also be juggling the hat with the fire with the chili. So come out and see him. He's only here for the next 30 minutes, and then he's gone. He's got to get upstate to the next golf game. He was out golfing this morning. So what do we have here for our green tip of the week? We've gone through a few things. What does this green building mean? Designing and constructing in a technique that saves energy, water, improves health, quality, and includes things that are beneficial for the environment and reduces waste. So we told you, folks, on the first show to conduct an energy audit of your house and find out where you're having your heat leaking out, where you would have some problems with infiltration through windows and doors. Attic. We talked about insulating. We talked about energy equipment, energy efficient appliances, switching some of those out to save yourself some money.
And what about the test?
So the test, also the proper insulation that Billy brought up, because that's one of his specialties. Now we're going to talk about reuse, reduce, and recycling of your old products and newer projects that you're going to do. So reuse your old materials such as the wood floors, doors, windows in your next home or your next home improvement project. Recycle some of the glass and the aluminum, recycle the tiles, recycle your lumber. There's all kinds of great little things you can do there with the plastic and all the stuff to be green in your house. So when you're taking your house apart, there are some things that are truly garbage, and those, if you can't recycle them and reuse them, those are going to have to go into the landfill. But most of the stuff, if you're creative and you have the right guy helping you out to do the project, you can reuse a lot of that stuff.
Set a pile aside just to reuse
and one of those guys is Billy, because Billy actually is a great guy to reuse and repurpose items that come out of an older project. So now that you know a little bit about that, help America become green and our nation become a little greener. So Elizabeth, we're here at the Cool Tool of the Week. I want to give you a little time because last week we got cut off. So why don't you go into your segment a little bit? Tell us what you got this week.
Well, this week, my self-appointed mission is to try to keep phrases that are commonplace in most homes, like, this is why we, and, what am I, the maid, and are you really going to wear that? Wait, that's not in my purview. Another one is what scissors. I think everybody's grown up and listening to that. Now, everybody who's ever screwed their good scissors into a drawer, onto a chain, right? Okay, maybe that's just me.
I think that might be you. Maybe not, Elizabeth. Go ahead.
Yeah, I really did that, and I was reading this to my daughter, and she's looking at me, and she goes, "No, that was just you, Mom." Or anybody who ever Sharpied onto the orange handle, Mommy is going to be really angry if these get lost. That could also just be me. I offer hope because I found actually 2 DIY home sharpeners that really work, but I have one profiled here on my blog because a lot of people have whetstones, they have their Dremels, they have all kinds of different things. But this I stumbled across, and they're just so good. I'm so happy I found them. It's Mr. Smith's sharpener. It's yellow.
What is it called?
Wait a minute. Go back. what is it?
Called? Cough drops. She's got cough drops for you this weekly.
Billy's got my headset here, so can you say that again, Elizabeth?
It's yellow.
Yeah.
It looks like. Have you ever seen one of those weights that you hold in your hand? It almost looks like it would be brass. If that makes sense, looks like you punch somebody with it.
It's like a set of brass knuckles. Is that what you're saying?
Sort of, with slots in it that you put the scissors in to sharpen.
Okay.
In the middle.
Wow. Okay.
So you can turn it around if you are a lefty who somehow managed to get through the world without adapting, which is maybe one or two of you. And so you just put the scissors into it and just sort of cut with them, and you can hear it scraping. And then as it sharpens, you can.
It sounds like a stone with a holder attached to it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. You take a closer
Elizabeth,
look,
you come up with the craziest things. That's incredible.
That was unreal. Again, we're at the ballpark, but she just hit one out. It's going.
Yes. And then on the side, it's got a knife sharpener.
Oh, so it's dual purpose.
You just take a knife and slide across it. And what's really beautiful about this tool is it really works quickly. Just a few strokes and you're good. The scissors are sharp again, and the knife is sharp again. Yeah, well, I like to be efficient.
Yeah,
you're gonna have this on the blog.
Only a few strokes and it's over. That's good. I like that.
Yeah. Who has time? And you like to get things over in an efficient manner. And so I don't know how you guys feel about the Dremel as a tool, but I personally find it a lot of noise and not a lot of use.
A lot of grinding noise.
It's a little too much for a knife.
It's a lot of
a lot of setup and preparation for one knife.
Yes, and do you need your goggles when you use this tool, or you're okay? Do you need safety goggles when you're sharpening?
No. This
is very simple.
What you can do is you can give it to whatever scissor loser you are blaming,
Elizabeth,
and give the dull scissors to this kid, as long as they're maybe 13 or over, because once the scissors are sharp, you don't want like a little kid, walking around with sharp scissors, and sit them down and say, okay, now you can sharpen these, and I'll have new good scissors.
Right. Are they sharp yet? Elizabeth, now would you store that in your toolbox or in the kitchen?
Actually, I have a set of, from when I used to work at the newspaper, and they went digital, they got rid of all their little the little metal file cabinets. So I have a set in my kitchen that I painted with pretty colors, and I have that off to the side of my kitchen, and I store any little thing.
Ooh.
So I have a
Elizabeth,
whole drawer
that is
full of scissors and sharpeners.
That is an adaptive reuse. We want to see that on your website too.
Recycle them.
We want to see that setup. That sounds pretty cool.
That I will dedicate that post to you, my friendly neighborhood architect.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's great.
Well,
Thank you.
In fact,
Elizabeth.
Rather than use paint, I use colored duct tape.
That's even better. I've cured that problem of having the scissors missing in my house because I just went out and bought like 10 pairs of them, shoved them in every drawer. I always have 2 in my desk in my office, and nobody ever uses those. If anyone ever comes back to ask me to use those scissors, they get stabbed.
Yeah, one's for paper, one's for everything else.
All the ones in the kitchen. Right. Yeah, go ahead.
I saved the bloodshed and this way I have the sharpener, and I can use this on my kitchen knives too.
That's unbelievable, Elizabeth. Another great tip of the week.
Right, that's enough cutting up from you, Elizabeth.
That's it. Billy's having a great time here with you, Elizabeth, today. It's unbelievable.
And now back to Mike
Ash. I can't imagine anybody
kitchen cabinets and more.
That's great.
And
I know.
more.
Well, we're going to come out there and help you with your addition soon. We might actually do a live remote. Kerry's going to come out, and we're going to bring the trailer out there with us, and we're going to actually do the work and do
Have
it live.
some crab cakes.
Right, and then we're going to over there.
Probably we'll have to buy the house first, so that'll be an issue.
Oh, that's always important. Yes, you'd like to own it before you put the money in. That would be good.
We don't get involved till after closings. Listen,
we're coming up towards the top of the hour, folks. Anybody out there interested in giving us a holler at 845-362-0013 for the wine tasting for two? Otherwise, we'll pack that up and put it away. Also, some of our great prizes. We have the serial number 1 on the official ABCs of Home Improvement 18-piece screwdriver set. I think it'll be a collector's item. Could be worth millions in a few years. Because there's only 10. It's a run of 10 that we produced, and each one has it. We'll sign them, and we'll get them out to you. So just give us a call here if you want.
The Kobe 7-inch widescreen digital photo frame. Which holds how many pictures, Lee?
Over 10,000 million. Just like the same amount of wattage we're giving out on this thing. That's what we got there. All right, listen, we got a few minutes left. So, Mike, kitchens. Let's go into this here. Where was the first kitchen? Okay, let's. Where do you think it was?
Before my time, so let me know.
Just a little before, Mike. Okay, but it is where your BNI meeting meets. Okay.
Oh, Greenwich.
Yeah. So this was at the estate of John Porter in Windsor, Connecticut.
All right.
Okay, and it was in 1648.
Nice.
Okay, colonial America. Now, Mike, where was the real first kitchen? Now we're going to talk about, forget colonial America, and Joe, I have some pictures here to give you, but the evolution of the kitchen, Mike, from antiquity and houses in Greece, in ancient Greece, Mike. They were atrium type houses, and the rooms were all arranged around a central courtyard. That central courtyard had a fire in it and had a little area where the bathroom and the kitchen were next to each other, and the stone was heated.
That was the drainage.
That was it, exactly. Both rooms were being accessible from the court, and the heat was kept the bathroom nice and warm.
Sure.
So you would cook, and then you would, you know what, Mike? Yeah. You know what I'm talking. Then let's go to the Roman times, okay? Romans were a little different, okay? They had no kitchens of their own. They had a common building that they used, and they actually went and communally cooked together. Right. They had a fire that would be lit for cooking. Wealthy Romans had kitchens equipped in their villas. So those folks who were up on the top of the hill in Rome, the Caesars and the Caesars, they had their
gravity went downhill,
and they had their first smoking oven there too as well, Mike. So smoking actually started
almost like convections.
That's right, and the fireplace was used not only to cook the food, but it heated the floors and the walls, and sometimes the bathroom areas as well. Correct. Now in the Middle Ages, Bill,
radiant.
That was the first radiant heat system.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
There you go.
So Middle Age times, they had longhouses, which were, again, similar to what the Romans had. This was a longhouse.
Called a motel.
Right, and there they had a place where there was a chimney. See, back in the Roman times, there were no chimneys, Mike, so that smoke was just going all over the place. So in the Middle Ages, they came up with a kitchen area that was between the entrance and the fireplace. In the wealthier homes, and those kitchens were used to divide the houses. They had an area even to prepare the food, Mike. Nice. So a lot of history there for you folks out there that didn't know where the heck the kitchen started from. Now, we're not going back to the cavemen because, they just cooked dinosaur, didn't they? Or well, they might have eaten it raw even. I don't even know if they cooked it. I think
Tyrannosaurus.
Right. So there you go. So that's what we got here for you from the ABCs of Home Improvement. If you're doing a kitchen project and you're thinking about doing any sort of home improvement, kitchen projects, you call Mike Ash over here. I've been working with Mike for 30 years. He's been doing every one of my kitchens in all my rental properties as well as my own homes. Fantastic. Primary residences. He's done work with Billy. We've done work with a bunch of folks out there. Give him a call and check out our website at the ABCs of Home Improvement, because we have links to Mike's website, to Billy's website, and to all the other great references that we'd like you folks to try.
It's actually Mike Ash, supplier of kitchen cabinets and more.
Oh, we didn't get into more.
And more. That's the whole thing. Doing this so many years.
You've got a link to CoolToolGirl.com.
And we do have a link to CoolToolGirl.com, and we did put up your post this morning. I did launch that off the ABC site, so we'll see that scissor sharpener there. Folks, have a great weekend. Yeah. Enjoy the long Columbus Day. Get out there and get the gardens going. Have a good day.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, Ari. Good.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Ari.
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye to all the other friends you know.
Bye, everybody.
All right.